Hey, everybody, welcome to the Psychic Hour. I'm Christy Brower here with my sister, co host, and partner in all things psychic, Katie Weaver. Hey, Katie,
Hello.
how's it going?
It's going good.
Glad to
Yeah,
hear it. Glad to hear it.
super busy day. I'm actually feeling like, oh, I'm so glad it's time for the psychic hour. We could just settle into that and relax a
Right?
little bit. Yeah. Oh, I've been on the
No
dead run all
kidding.
day. Yeah.
I see. Well, it's nice that it's Thursday
Yeah.
and it's November. I'm saying it all week, and it's such a cliche, but can you
Mm-hmm.
believe it's already November? Everyone's saying it. Everyone always says it. Me included, or most um, especially, but it
Most
does seem
especially
like
you. Yeah.
it's sort of shocking that we're this close to the end of this year.
Yeah. I've
Wild.
been thinking that too, and just really need to kick it into holiday gear, like getting ready for our holiday fairs. I
Right?
need to register us
Right.
for our holiday fairs. I need to consider what I'm going to make for those and get going on it. Yeah, that's
I know.
kind of feels daunting. And then
Boggles the
Christmas
mind.
too. Scott has been buying Christmas presents and squirreling them away. This is, I think,
We
might be
have
the
to.
first time ever. I'm always the buyer. I don't even know. He's just doing stuff.
Oh, hey,
I'm like, have at it. Yeah,
nice. That's pretty
we'll take
handy.
it. Yeah, but you
Well,
consider. I mean, this we have. Yeah, well, Thanksgiving and a fair this month, and then next month we'll have Christmas and another fair. And my one of my daughters is graduating from college next month with
right?
her bachelor's, and we're going to go have a big celebration with her. And yeah, it's all
I
coming
know.
up real quick.
Yes, it definitely is, but that's all
Yeah,
right because I'm here for it.
yeah,
It's
yes,
gonna
for
be
sure.
it's gonna be good. But it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. That's what I always say about
Hmm.
Christmas.
Yes.
The day will come when it's over, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I love that
welcome.
the kids were asking, "Are we going to play the same games we did last year on Christmas Eve?" Because we did some fun
Yes.
stuff at our house, and I'm like, "Actually, yes, we are.
Yeah.
We're gonna
No,
do
it
the
was
same
really
thing
fun.
and some more." Yeah.
I'm excited. It's good. Well, welcome everybody. Christy, Jenny, Renee, Sherry, RJ, Lynn, Spirit, and Marina. Welcome everybody, and welcome to those of you listening after the fact as well. We're happy to
Mhm.
have you here.
Oh,
Hey, Crystal Rose,
Crystal.
welcome. Welcome
And you
to
lurkers.
Mimi.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, and whoever's
maybe.
lurking and not chatting, which is fine as well.
Mhm.
It's not a requirement. It's fun, but you don't have not everybody's a chatter, and that's all right.
It's cool. I've realized
It
that I'm a
is.
lot of times not a chatter with the things that I listen to. I'm more of a
Yeah,
lurker.
I am too. Yeah.
I'm a real Twitter lurker. I
Oh, me
I
too.
spend
I
plenty
hardly
of
ever
time on
comment on
Twitter.
Twitter.
Well, I don't want to because you'll get somebody will come beat the crap out of you.
Jump right down your throat with
It
both
doesn't
feet.
matter
Yeah.
what you say, it will be the wrong thing. I promise you that.
Right. That's true. I'm a commenter on. I like to comment on TikTok, but I don't
Mhm.
like to on Twitter because yeah, people are nasty.
Oh, awful.
Instagram too. People
Mhm.
can be so rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so glad, Crystal, that you found us today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's kick this off as we usually do. What'd you have for dinner?
Nothing yet. Scott's
Ah.
cooking. It looked to me like he's making steak and cream peas and potatoes.
Oh, I'll be right
Right?
over. Green peas and potatoes. Oh, I love that.
I know. Last week for dinner, I made steak and peas and potatoes, and I went, I should have creamed these together, like our grandmas used
Yeah.
to make when we were kids. That was like whew,
Yes. Oh, that was everybody's
a
favorite.
harvest specialty. Yeah. So I noticed him dragging all that out tonight, and I thought he's making cream peas and potatoes.
Oh, jealous.
And carrots go
Well,
in that too, except for that I we don't have any carrots. But
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I my stomach's kind of off today. So I had a piece of chocolate chip pumpkin bread because I'm lucky and Rhonda made that today. So
Well,
that's
there
really
you
all I
go.
was up for. Yeah.
That works
But I mean, I'm not going to complain about it because it was really good.
for sure. We'll take
Welcome
it.
to Sandy over here and Mimi over here. Both my kitties are here. It's not good because they're a little close to each other and they like to slap fight. So you may hear some slap fighting coming. I don't know if they'll be nice or not. They're real
We'll
sassy
see
to
what
each other.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
funny. They're.
if we have to witness a hilarious slap fight over with two old lady cats, I guess that's what's going to happen.
Right, with their mother in the middle, and that's who they fight over me.
Mhm.
They fight over who gets to lay on me when I'm in bed.
Mhm.
Then one of them will be laying on me, and the other one will get up and sort of, like, lay on my throat, and then before you know it, they're pummeling each other, and I'm like, "Y'all gotta go now. I'm not doing
Mhm.
that." Little weasels. Let's
Right?
see. Cheryl had chicken and mashed potatoes. Lynn had meatloaf and mashed potatoes. It's mashed potatoes night. Look at that.
I guess it is.
Oh, Christy says nothing yet. Been watching Bodies on Netflix. I've been watching that too, but it do you find it really confusing, Christy? I'm still not quite. I mean, I kind of understand what's happening, but I don't know, man. It's a lot. It's kind of like watching Sense8. Did you guys watch Sense8 on
Oh,
Netflix? It's
I
kind of
couldn't do
like that.
Sense8. I couldn't figure it out.
There's a lot of storylines to keep track of, but
Mhm.
it's really really good.
I just
Uh,
don't pay enough attention to be able to watch something that intricate. I just don't.
yeah, you really have to be paying attention because it jumps from all these different timelines and stuff. It's really
Mhm.
cool. But yeah, I have to like watch an episode and then kind of process like
Mhm.
what did I just watch? So anyway, Crystal Rose homemade chicken balti at your friend's house. Nice.
Nice.
Chicken, kimchi, and potato chips for Renee. Nice. Jacqueline, ooh, razor clam linguine alfredo with mushrooms and steamed broccoli. Nice. It all sounds good.
Right?
Ah,
Yeah.
I have to rewind a lot to stick with it. It's good. Thank you, Christy. I'm so glad I'm not the only one that's like, wait a minute. I gotta rewatch that. What? What? Yeah, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one because it's really cool, but whoa. And it's true that like I can't like scroll on my phone and watch it. This
Mhm.
is not a show that you can do that with at all.
Mhm.
But it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
We have been watching The Murdoch Files,
Ah.
and it's on Hulu. It's
Hmm.
a Canadian, there's like 9 seasons of it or more, but it's a Canadian, detective show from around the turn of the 1900s. And it's this detective who, like, Tesla is in the show multiple times, and
Yeah.
they're like figuring out really early forensics. And I think it is great fun. Scott and I are addicted to it. We watch an episode or two every night. Actually, he watches like three or four. I make it through one or two and then have to go to bed because I cannot stay up as late as he
Mm,
does. But
no,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is a fun show. We just started watching RuPaul's Drag Race Philippines. That's
Oh,
pretty funny. It's
is
pretty
it?
good. I mean, I'm a Drag Race fan, period. I don't care. But there's all these different countries now.
Yeah.
And we just got access to the channel where you can watch like all the ones from other countries because
Hmm.
we're current on the US one.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fun. I mean, basically, Filipino drag queens are the epitome of drama queens. Like, fall to the floor and crawl on their hands and knees drama. It is pretty funny. Yeah,
That
I
sounds
like it.
great.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty great. Oh, Sheila says mom was tired, so we ate leftovers of rice and beans and lemon cake for dessert. Hey, there's nothing wrong with
Right.
leftovers at all.
No, no.
We did spaghetti, we ate it for several days in a row, then we did chili, we ate it for several days in a row.
Hmm.
Rhonda and I kind of love that. We make something that we know we can like have for dinner and then a couple lunches or whatever. It's nice.
Hmm. Oh, we made that lasagna casserole type thing on Sunday for our family uh,
Oh, yes.
cards, and also Scott's birthday celebration. And oh my gosh, we've eaten that until I finally threw the last piece away this morning so I could wash the pan because I can't take any more. But yeah,
Yeah, eventually you're like, okay, I've
hmm
done what I can do here.
hmm
Oh,
I
Maria
can't
says one of
even
my
look at
friends
this
is addicted
anymore.
to those shows. That's funny. I love the drag race shows. They're awesome.
They're pretty
Drag queens
awesome.
everywhere are pretty fabulous. Yeah.
You know what else we kind of love? This is kind of a guilty
Mm,
pleasure because it's dumb as hell, but we kind of love it. Is
mm.
The Masked Singer.
Oh, I could never get into it.
I mean,
But you love it,
it's
huh?
Yeah, man. It's really, except for that, I obviously don't know very much about most like famous people because they drop all these clues, and I'm like, what?
Not a clue who they're talking about,
Oh
huh?
yeah, I just basically guess the same person every time. But no, you did not miss Scorpio. You are right on time, Heath.
We haven't
Uh,
even started yet. We're just gabbing.
yeah, but no, I do. There's something about that show I really love, actually. But
That's funny.
Lynn said she also loves Masked Singer, but never gets it right. Yeah.
That's funny. I love the voice. I love the voice, like international, like all of the
Mhm.
different countries that
Oh
do
my
the voice.
gosh.
That's really fun too.
Mhm. There's
I
that
mostly
one
watch it on
clip.
YouTube because I only want to watch like the singing. I don't want to watch all the other stuff. I just
All
want
the
to watch the
drama.
singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just no.
There's a one clip that I just keep seeing come up on TikTok, and it is, I think it's in Norway, I think,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a kid doing a Springsteen song, really his own take on it. And it is
Mm-hmm.
haunting. And the judges just cry their eyes out while
Oh,
he's
wow.
singing. It is the sweetest thing. And somehow TikTok now knows that I love that because I've, liked it about a million times. And I swear, just almost every day, if I'm scrolling on TikTok, it comes up again. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I love it.
I
Yeah.
still love it. That's
Mm-hmm.
funny. Yeah. Yeah, the Norway does have a really good they have a really good version of the voice. A lot
Yeah.
there are a lot of countries that do. Really, really
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Australia is one of my favorite ones,
Mm-hmm.
um even better than the US or UK. And UK and US are really good, but Australia's is really fun because it's very diverse.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Oh, Renee likes Murdoch Mysteries as well. When
Oh.
you first, every time, and you've talked to me about Murdoch Mysteries before, but every time you say it,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're talking about Alec Murdoch.
Alex. Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, there's another one. Like I've watched so many
Mm-hmm.
documentary kind of things on that case. I'm like, there's
Right.
another one on Hulu. No, okay, now I remember.
No,
It's a
this is
different Murdoch.
so much funner. Renee, tell me that you saw the Nudist Colony episode. Please. Please tell me you did. Because that was so damn funny.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch that just for the sake of getting to watch it. That sounds
Yeah.
awesome.
They're all like super proper, you know?
Hmm.
And the ladies, especially, are still expected to be dressed really, really modestly and proper. And they come across a nudist colony, and oh my God, it's funny. But they're, the poor detective's response to having these naked women walk up to him and start talking to them and stuff. And they're just like, oh, I don't know where to look. Where do I put my eyes? And then one of them
You
has
just
to go
stand there with your
undercover.
eyes closed.
Pretty much. And then one of them has to go undercover in the nudist colony. And it's hilarious. He spends the entire episode with a fishing creel kind of over the front of him. Anyway, hilarious.
Yeah,
But
I definitely have to check that out.
mhm.
But in the meantime, it is the first Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
And we all know what that means. It's marching orders time.
Mhm.
Oh, oh, yeah. Lynn's like, oh, gotta go look up the nudist one. Don't remember that
Yep.
one.
Mhm. Mhm. I thought it was funny
Sounds
as hell. Yeah.
very funny.
I mean, besides it being
Very
all
funny.
murdery and stuff.
Well, there's that, yes. And you know what it is? You know whose birthday it is? It's Scorpio.
Yeah.
Scorpio.
We have 3 Scorpios in our family.
We do.
We already did Scott's birthday, but Mars's birthday is next week, and then Mike's birthday is the week after that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Scorpio
also a
in it up.
November birthday, but I am a Sag because I'm right
Yeah.
at the end of the month. So yeah, but so what we're gonna do is Katie is gonna pull a card, and then I'm gonna do an energy healing for that sign
Okay.
based on the message on the card. So let's see, let's let it rock and roll. Let's see what's up.
All right. Well, I am
Hey
sticking
Sherry.
with Psychic Tarot. So
Okay.
that's where we are at.
Oh, Renee has not seen that one. You should
Oh,
probably look it up.
Renee.
Now it is Murdoch Files. Murdoch Mysteries is a different show. I just realized Murdoch
Oh,
Mysteries is a British, because I've seen it too. It's a British crime show. It's Murdoch Files. You got to
oh,
look for.
interesting.
Yeah,
It's a different show.
it is. Yeah, it's a totally different show.
This
but
one
it
is
seems like they're both worth watching.
it sounds like it. This one is seated in
Hmm.
This one takes place in Toronto.
Okay, there you go.
Where
I
am I?
mean,
What am I doing?
I have no idea. It's a valid
Okay.
question.
I'm going to pull a few cards so I don't have to shuffle every time.
All right.
All right. So, Scorpio, let's see what you got. Oh, Scorpio. This doesn't surprise me at all.
Mm.
Sacral chakra.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So, Scorpio, it does feel like a very creative season for you.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot let yourself be getting bored right now. Be careful about that. I feel like boredom could be your worst enemy. So, seriously,
Mm.
finding creative things to do. If you don't have creative endeavors right now, picking a few things up, but finding some ways to spend your time and to use your hands is going to be really important for you right now and moving forward. So be really conscientious about that to develop your sacral chakra. Christy, I know is going to give you some exercises here, and so I'll probably just let her do that. But really think about that. Invest in working on your sacral and also just working on your current gifts and skills creatively. If you are struggling with perfectionism, this would be a good time for you to try and plow through that and recognize that it's never going to look like the magazine cover because that was someone else who created it. And also, digital art is a thing. So don't
Mm-hmm.
worry about doing things that are perfect or right. Do things that you like and be okay with that and be willing to accept that, for yourself. But I'm excited to see what Scorpio does. Kind of gives me some thoughts for my Scorpio's birthday next week, too.
Ooh, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right. So, Scorpios, and I think for you, I'm going to do a sacral chakra expansion for all the Scorps because for most of us as adults, our sacral chakras are underactive. They're too small because we don't put enough energy into creative pursuits. And I'm not talking about a job that's creative, I'm talking about just stuff you do, hobbies. Like Katie is the queen of hobbies. And that's so good. We all need that. And we get permission to do artwork and creative endeavors and dance class and music and stuff when we're children. And then
Mhm.
most of us don't get that as adults, and we need it just as much as adults as we did as kids.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to reach out to all you Scorpios and your sacral chakras. So sacral chakra is just below your belly button, and it is orange. It is your center of sexuality, creativity, and emotional expression. So, a big part of creativity for all of us is expressing ourselves emotionally through creativity. That's one way that we express ourselves in the world. And so I'm just going to do an expansion for all of you, which literally means making this chakra bigger, clearing out some self doubt and repressed emotions to make space for your creativity here. So you might feel this area of your body warm up a little bit as I'm working on you, and you might feel things move and open up because that's what's supposed to happen here. And, use this as some uh, encouragement to find some creativity in your life. If you don't have it, get some, do something that you enjoy. And it doesn't matter what it is, any creative pursuit of any kind counts. Like, it's not like there's a list you have to follow. There isn't. It's just a matter of what you're doing is you're giving yourself time to do something that you just love. So I'm just expanding all your sacral chakras, opening those up wide and clearing out all the stagnant energy that gets stuck here, the perfectionist energy, the self doubt, the repressed emotions that happen here because we don't always express everything we feel. All of those things get stuck in the sacral chakra. So I'm just clearing all that out, opening it up for you, and just turning up what I call the dimmer switch, which is just to brighten up the energy in this chakra because you want it to be a nice bright color. That's the healthy version of this energy. Okay.
Perfect.
And there you go, Scorps.
I can't wait to see what Scorpio does.
I know. Now you're all going to do something cool and creative because you can.
I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, Sagittarius, the card that came up is solitude. I'm
Okay.
looking at that book,
Mm-hmm.
and just at my empaths in the Sagittarius world who likely this month are going to be feeling like they don't really want to be fucked with, you know? Pretty no
Mm-hmm.
nonsense, really happy with just spending solitary time alone, not cool with a lot of noise, with a lot of chaos, really just pretty quiet, you know? Not even really
Mm-hmm.
having a need for white noise, just needing some, what is Cards Against Humanity say? Some goddamn peace and quiet.
Yes. Goddamn peace and quiet. Yes, that.
I feel like that's where Sagittarius is. You're going to be hard pressed to drag Sagittarius to the mall or, to loud, chaotic places. They just are so much happier right now at home with their quilt and their jammies and their tea and their book or their creative endeavors. But Sagittarius, don't push yourself too hard this month. It's okay to just stay home. It's okay to relax. And also, it's okay to say no. If there's stuff that you don't want to do or you're not up to doing or you just really want to stay in, do that. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to feel bad about that. Sometimes that's just what you need.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that. So then for all of us Sages, I think what we need is a crown chakra clearing because when you're trying to get some solitude, there's a real introspective part of that. And if our crowns are overactive, which Sages are always overactive because we're thinkers, we never stop.
Hmm.
It can be really hard to just have peace and quiet when you don't have it inside your own head. So I'm going to reach out to all our Sages and I'm just going to pull a cork out of the back of our heads. And we're going to let all the excess energy that's stuck in our crown chakras, obsessive thoughts, repetitive worries, fears, that kind of thing. We just need to let all that energy run out. We're going to send it down into the vortex of white light. We're going to transmute it into light and release it from all of us in all directions of time because we need that extra energy to just go so that we can experience that solitude and be peaceful. There we go. Now I'm going to put the cork back in your head and just fill your head with white light and just let your crown settle in a peaceful way rather than an overactive, um, high energy way. I think then we'll enjoy our solitude a whole lot more.
Hmm. For sure. Good.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, the card I pulled is accelerated motion.
Ooh.
I feel like for you this month, it means just that. I suspect November is going to run away from you in a big hurry. So, the month is new. So, make plans now. Make sure that you have your schedule and your budget pretty well hammered out for the month. And then this month, manage your time well. I feel like you have a lot of social opportunities this month, a lot of fun opportunities, a lot of opportunities to spend money. So, make plans and make some priorities so that you can do all the things that you want to do, but really manage your time well so that you're not just feeling like this whole month you're just run down and unable to get anything accomplished. There is
Hmm.
enough time for you to do everything you want to do, but only if you are not wasting time, that needs to be put towards other things, the mundane things, the
Hmm.
like don't eat out every meal because you haven't bothered to buy groceries. That kind of stuff, like
Hmm.
really, really be incredibly fastidious and uh, responsible with your time and money. If you do that, I feel like Capricorn is looking at a really good month as far as just social scenes and feeling good and having fun and having things to look forward to. So it's definitely a double edged sword, but I feel like all of it is good.
Awesome. All right. Well, then, Caps, I think what you need is grounded. so that you can stay in your body and
Mhm.
stay focused on your goals and your needs and not let your head run away with you. So, for all our caps, I'm just going to reach out and take hold of your root chakra and take a look. Is it swinging to one side or the other? Is it, not centered in the center of your body? Put it back into the center of your body and stabilize it, because a root chakra that is unstable creates a lot of chaos in our minds. And then I'm just going to send your root cords out of the bottoms of your feet down to the center of the earth. And we're going to ask the goddess Gaia, who's the spirit of the earth, to take hold of those root cords and just make a strong connection between us and the energy of the earth, grounding us and centering us. And that is an exercise you can do anytime if you feel like you need grounded. Send those root cords down and ask Gaia to reassert that connection that we have with the earth that grounds us and keeps us stable and balanced. There we go.
Awesome. All right. Well, Aquarius, the card is spiritual union.
Mm.
And this card usually speaks of having good, strong relationships and good, strong bonds. This definitely could speak of a romantic relationship, but I feel like beyond that, really could speak of work relationships that are powerful, that are great collaborations, that are good allyships. I also feel like this could have to do with your relationship with yourself. Aquarius also
Mhm.
strikes me as somebody who is going to want to spend the month working on their own stuff. They also have no interest in chaos. And I think it's interesting because you and Rhonda, fall into this
Mhm.
category.
We
And I
do.
feel like this is a month where Aquarius too is like, I just want to stay home and work on my own stuff. I just want to
Yeah,
listen to my stuff, my music, my podcast, my interests, and work on my own
mhm.
things. And could be very happy just having lots of time to just do their own thing. But there's a lot of harmony here, like
For
relationship
sure.
harmony. And Aquarians with jobs, I feel like this is a really important month for you to continue to build some allies and some friends at work that could be really good for you down the road.
Ooh, I like that. So I think we're just going to do a heart chakra clearing and open up and clear any attachments that you might have in your heart that are affecting your unions with other people. Anything that's getting in the way of that, your relationship with yourself or anybody else. So we're just going to reach out to all the Aquarians' hearts, and we're going to pull your cords, which just means we're going to release the attachments that other people have to you and that you have to them. We get a lot of attachments in our hearts, and attachments are not good for us. No matter what the relationship with the other person is, we shouldn't have these attachments. They muddy the waters in every situation. So I'm just going to pull all your cords, whether they are cords that are attached to you from someone else, or if they're from you to someone else. We're going to pull them in both directions, and then we're going to drop those cords down into the vortex of white light and heal them. And then we're just going to draw them back into the energy body of who they belong to. Just releasing those attachments that can keep old grudges or difficulties going, can keep impacting your ability to trust yourself. Pain from old relationships that hold you back and that kind of thing, all needs to be released. So I'm just clearing every Aquarius's heart chakra from any attachment. And you'll find that creating spiritual unions with other people is a lot easier when you don't have attachments in your heart. There we go.
Awesome. Love that for Aquarius and everyone.
Right?
All right, Pisces, the card is wisdom. And Pisces, I feel like this is you. That this is one of those months where you are going to really see yourself as a support person for other people around you. Not hopefully not to your detriment, but I do feel like you're going to have plenty of others reaching out for support. Also, at work and at home, and also you just feeling like you've got that to give. I this cracks me up because my Pisces daughter is graduating next month, and So she's in a huge crunch right now, to get through, senioritis and finish
Yeah.
those last very important classes, to get her degree. And I feel like this is so much her right now. But one thing that you have to remember, Pisces, is that not everybody shares the same level of knowledge, wisdom, or common sense that you have. And so be forgiving. You will find yourself getting incredibly irritated with other people who are lacking some of the skills that you have if you can't cut them some slack. And so be careful about that, or you'll find yourself feeling a little miffed and irritated every day. But really,
Mm-hmm.
overall, Pisces, I feel like this is a great month for you. I suspect that you, somewhere along the way, will also find yourself needing to learn something. I could see Pisces like, really researching something, falling way down the rabbit hole of a topic that might take you by surprise. But be a lifelong learner, you know? There's way too much information at our fingertips to not always be learning something new. So I think that's important for you right now, Pisces.
For sure. Absolutely. All right, I love it. Well, then I think for Pisces, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we did for Aquarius, but we're going to do it in your solar plexus. So we want to pull your solar plexus cords. Solar plexus cords come from people who need us too much, might even be plugging their power cord into us, taking some of our life force energy. It happens for, sometimes people see you as someone who has something they don't have, and they might, try to piggyback on that, which is not healthy for them or you. And so solar plexus cords are always something that should be pulled. So I'm just going to work on your solar plexus for a minute here, and we're going to pull your cords, whether you've attached to someone else or, oh, excuse me, if you've attached to someone else or they've attached to you in the solar plexus. We want to pull all those cords so that everybody is just using their own life force energy, because that's how it ought to be. We're going to drop all those cords into the vortex of white light, healing them, and then returning that energy to whatever energy body it belongs to. So this way we create some separation between us and other people vibrationally, which is important. We need it. We need to be using our own life force energy and not be handing it off to anybody else. So that will really help you this month, when you are relying on yourself and when you are helping those who might need it without actually giving anything of your own away. There we go.
So good. That is exactly what Aries needs, or what Pisces needs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Aries. Disruption.
Okay.
Disruption's not necessarily always a bad thing. Sometimes it's just change, things shaking up so that something better can come from them. I suspect that's the kind of month that you're going to have, where some things break that needed to be replaced anyway. Some, light is shown on dark places that needed to be, truths needed to come out anyways. Things like that. It feels like a whole month of blessings in disguise kind of a vibe. So don't don't start playing the game where you go, well, this happened, this bad thing happened, and then this bad thing happened, and then that bad thing happened. Because if you do that, first of all, who wants to attract more of it? But also,
Mm.
it doesn't feed you. So keep a good attitude. Look for the joy in everything, or at least the humor in everything. I know Taylor. Taylor's like, well, that's great. But let the disruption, lead you towards, elevating, fixing things, putting things back together, moving up. I think
Mhm.
disruption in this case helps you to level up, actually. So,
It definitely does. It's just guidance. It's
hmm,
pushing you in one direction and away from a different direction.
yeah.
So then, for Aries, what we're going to do is you've probably heard people say ground and center. Ground means to connect to the energy of the earth, and center means to line all of your chakras up on the midline of your body. Because sometimes, and you can see it in that disruption card, the way it's those blocks are sort of offset from each other. Our
Mhm.
chakras get like that too, sort of in a zigzag pattern. And we want them to be lined all the way up along the midline of our body, right along our spine. That's how our energy functions the very best. So we're going to ground and center you, Aries, so that your energy is functioning optimally to take out any disruption that is actually in your energy body, because it gives you the resources that you then need to deal with disruption in your life. So we're going to do it kind of like we did with grounding. We're going to just go to your root chakra and stabilize it. And we're going to drop your root cords down out of the bottoms of your feet to the center of the earth. We're going to have Gaia take hold, making a strong connection between you and the energy of the earth. And then I'm actually just going to pull down on all of your root cords. And as I pull down, it lines everything up along the midline of your body. You might actually feel yourself sit up straighter. I always feel myself sit up straighter when I do this exercise. And it's just going to line up that energy body so that you've got a straight line spiral going from below your feet to above your head. And the energy flowing through you then has no disruption. And that gives you the energy and the strength that you need to deal with the disruption in your physical life. There we go.
Okay. All righty. Taurus, the card is sacrifice.
Mm,
And I think sacrifice kind of becomes the S word, that people go, oh, no, not sacrifice. I want to rephrase that for you if I can, or frame it for you. And I love this card that you know, she's got rainbows coming out of her hands. This is
right.
not a terrible thing. I feel like what really comes up for you this month, Taurus, is kind of like Aries. It's a leveling up. That you're going to find yourself wanting to drop some things to allow something else in that's better. The
Yeah.
key is to let yourself do it and not keep reaching out and grabbing back on whatever that is, whether it's a person or it's a job or it's just a material item or whatever it is. Let go of things that aren't serving you anymore or that you're not using anymore or that just are taking up space in your world in some way so that better things can come in. I feel like the real sacrifice is just letting yourself let go of old things so that new things can move into your space. Taurus actually
Sure.
feels quite bored to me. I think Taurus needs to have some new challenges come in, maybe a new skill come in or a new hobby come in,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. And Taurus never, ever stops learning and researching. And so I know you're going to do that anyway. But Taurus, if there's stuff that you're tired of doing, stop doing it and find something else to do.
For sure, for sure. Well, and so what I'm going to do for Tarian said, I'm going to do a throat chakra clearing because um, I feel like there's some resentment here that needs to be cleared. You're hanging on to something out of spite, maybe, that you can sacrifice in order to get a thing that you want. Sometimes what happens is we don't communicate those things, and so then you get what looks like a it's like a ball of string, only it's a big ball of words all knotted up in your throat, and then you're not expressing what you want, and you're not making space for what you do want. So I'm gonna work on each of your throats, Tarians, and what we're going to do is we're going to unwind that ball of words, and we're going to send those words down into the vortex of white light, because so many of them are no longer necessary, but they are stuck there. We want to release them. We're going to unwind that down into the vortex of white light, and we're going to transmute all of those old words into light so that you're released from them in all directions of time. And you might feel your throat open up a little bit more. I feel like I want to yawn. Oh, as I'm doing this, you might feel that too, or cough or sneeze as this old energy releases from your throat so that you can honestly state, what is it that you want to let go of so that you can bring something else into your life that's more positive. There we go.
Your yawning is killing me.
Yeah,
You're making me yawn. And
had to
hello,
happen.
Maya.
Hey, Maya, welcome.
All right. Well, moving on to Gemini, heart chakra.
Ah, okay.
I love this for Gemini this month. Gemini, I feel like a lot of our Geminis have either budding relationship type things happening, or kind of on the fringe, could have been a relationship, still maybe could be kinds of things that could deepen. And I feel like we'll see a lot of that for Geminis this month. Now, it isn't always love relationships, obviously. This could also easily be some friendships that you double down on. So, Gemini,
Mhm.
if you are looking for such things, think about where you want to find the people that you want to hang around with
Mm.
and frequent those places. I hear this a lot from people that go, I really just want friends that are like more spiritually minded. And I'm like, okay, go take a class, go join a drum circle, go to yoga, go, find an intuition development class or a card reading class if things like that, exist in your area. If not, do some things online. But seek out people that are like the kind of people you would want to spend your time with, friends or lovers, both. But this is
Mhm.
a good month for relationships for Gemini either way. The only challenge for you, Gemini, is to get over your own bullshit, right? Do not self sabotage. Do not work so hard at protecting your heart that you talk yourself out of having friends or other people in your life. You'll have to
Mhm.
challenge this a little bit because just when things seem good, sometimes throw a rock right into it because you get scared. So I think the challenge this month is to try to avoid going down that road.
I like that. So then for Gemini, what I'm going to do is I'm going to heal the connection between your third eye and your solar plexus. So we need to strengthen your ability to trust yourself and also improve your discernment so that you are choosing people who are good for you and trusting what your intuition is telling you about the people you're meeting. And, we all get a pretty hard yes or no when we meet somebody for the first time. It's just a matter of, do we trust it or not?
Hmm.
And that gets kind of caught up in this connection between the solar plexus and the third eye, and they cycle together. Like the more you trust yourself, the stronger your intuition becomes. The more you trust your intuition, the more you trust yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to work on that for all of our Geminis here for a minute, and just working on that connection, reaffirming the connection between your solar plexus, where a lot of your intuition sits, and your third eye, because when they're connected, you trust yourself, and trusting yourself and trusting your intuition are the same thing. My cats are having a slap fight off camera as we speak.
I wondered what that chaos was.
I knew it was going to happen. All right. So I'm just spinning that energy between those two chakras to open that up, to really open up that third eye and connect it to your solar plexus, so that as you have gut feelings or an instinct about a person or a situation, that you can trust it, that it is true, it is correct. You should always go with your first instinct in situations like this. When you start to doubt and question, that's when you sort of rationalize your intuition away, and we don't want to do that. So I want to make sure that connection is strong for you so that you will have very clear discernment when it comes to meeting new people.
Hmm.
And there we go.
Okay, love it. Cancer. Yes, yes. The card is rejoice in.
Wow, that was a big reaction.
The card is rejoice in celebration. We'll take it for Christ's sake. And
That is the craziest reaction I've ever seen to that card. Ah,
so here we go, Cancer. It's going to be a good month. I feel like this is a good financial month for Cancer. I feel like this is a good health month for Cancer. Cancer, the only challenge here really is keep your shit together. Stay organized. Don't take on more than you can do. Give yourself reasonable limits. I don't know. And but this is a
are
good
you
month for
hearing
you.
any of these words you're saying to
I
yourself?
know. I Someone will probably have to remind me a little further down the line. But but I like it. Yeah, we'll take it. We deserve this, I think, and we're going to enjoy every
Yeah.
second of it. And also, let's raise a glass. I'm here for it. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, uh, Cancer. Cancers for you, I'm going to clear your bubble. In so that you're not being held down by other people's energy. So your bubble is what I refer to. The other term I use is your energy body, just as a whole, which is the bubble of energy that goes from emanates from outside your body out to arm's length, all the way around you, above your head and below your feet. This is the layer of the energy body that should just be our own. And many of us, cancers particularly, kind of suck up the energy of people around them like a sponge. And it can be hard for you to just be in joy and be in celebration if you are packing around other people's baggage.
Mhm.
So I just do this by I like to screw a little hose on the outside of your bubble and drop the other end of it down into the vortex of white light. And then we're just going to use, gravity like we were emptying a swimming pool. And we're just going to let all of the energy that's in that bubble be released down into the vortex of white light where it will transmute into light and be released from each of you in all directions of time. So that this energy no longer affects you and doesn't keep your vibration down. You're not carrying around other people's problems and issues. Those can be released so that you can just feel yourself. My cats are having another slap fight. So that's funny. Okay, so once your bubble is empty, then what we do is we push your energy out from your heart and fill that bubble back up with just your own energy, which is what should be there. It creates a boundary between yourself and everybody else. And so we're going to fill that bubble up with all of your bright, vibrant colors to take up space in your own life because you are allowed to do that. And this will make it easier for you to rejoice in celebration and scream yes a lot this month.
Okay, we'll take it.
That was hilarious.
All right. Well, Leo, you got solitude. Similar
Oh,
to what Sagittarius got. Leo, it's a little bit different for you. It's you're going to find yourself a little caught this month between needing some downtime but also feeling kind of lonely. And so, Leo, for you, this is about you reaching out, you making plans, you being willing to admit if you are struggling or having a hard time. But sometimes too much solitude for Leo is too much solitude. And I feel like this could be the case for you this month. You need some of your own time and space for sure. But Leo, for you, if you catch yourself getting pretty down or feeling pretty lonely, you're the only person that can remedy that. Call somebody, make some plans, go to a cafe and eat, even if you're by yourself. Do some things to initiate some contact with other people. I think this especially goes for Leos that work from home or don't work and are just home a lot, that you're careful
mhm,
months. Too much solitude
mhm.
for you could be detrimental.
Okay. Now, I do think part of the problem here, though, for Leos is that you're feeling rather disconnected from yourself.
Mhm.
And that's where loneliness often originates from. And so for Leos, let's do a little exercise. I want you to put your hand on your heart. It doesn't matter which one. And we're going to do a little breathing exercise. And the goal here is literally to just observe your own breathing because it reconnects you to yourself, to your own body. So as you breathe in and out, and you don't have to count or don't adjust your breathing at all, I want you to just feel your body. Breathe in, hear it happen, and feel it happen as you expand as you breathe in. My kids are doing it again every time I go to do something. And then feel your body contract and hear the sound as you breathe out. Let's just do that for a couple of minutes, everybody. So breathe in. Just observe yourself. And that is a great way to just reconnect with yourself. If you are feeling lonely, my cats are bitches. They are so naughty right now. Why are you two so naughty? Jeez. But this is a great way to reconnect with yourself. If you're feeling that disconnected feeling, start with you. But hand on heart, observing your breath for 5 minutes does a great deal of good for just reconnecting to yourself.
I'm just feeling connected to those mean ass cats.
They keep taking turns. They'll jump up here with me, and then the other one will be on the floor, and then they like clash of the titans. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Taylor's dead. Me too.
I
What
don't
the
know why it's
hell?
every time I start some kind of energy process that they start it all up again. Naughty.
A minute ago, Nellie was crying at my door, and I'm like, "Oh my god, we we can't take any more critter issues right now. You're all
Right.
going in cages." Just kidding, but all right. Well, Virgo, Virgo, it's power.
Mm,
Expect some power struggles. At least one of those cats has to be a Virgo.
probably.
Expect some power struggles this month. Virgo, decide what's the most important to you and focus your energy there. You may find yourself feeling a bit nitpicky, a bit overly critical of people around you, and just weigh it out. You know, if it's worth taking action or worth saying or worth doing, or if it's not. Uh, Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to say the thing. Sometimes you have to straighten something out that you can't live with, and that's fine. But expect some pushback this month and that you may have some power struggles come in. So, on the flip side of that, I feel like Virgo this month, this is a really good month for you to have some good friend time and some good social time. Do not hesitate to be the person who organizes it. Don't sit back and wait for somebody else to invite you or to put together something. You do it. You know, I feel like sometimes Virgo feels like they do that too much and they want someone else to put something together. You're just good at it and good at getting the crew together or the group or the whatever. Don't hesitate to put some things together this month socially. Other people need it and you need it too. So do that, but be aware of the propensity for power struggles for you this month.
Okay. Well, and I think part of that is we need to do an expansion of the solar plexus for Virgos to put you back in the driver's seat of your life. We do have a tendency to give our own power away sometimes and allow other people to their decisions and their choices to override our own. And that's where kind of that resentful energy can come from. So let's, for all our Virgos, I'm just going to do an expansion in your solar plexus. And that just means to grow that chakra, to open it up, to sweep away any self doubt, low vibrating energy that's come from other people's opinions about what you should be doing versus what you know you should be doing, because you are the expert on yourself and your own life. And so that should be coming from you. We're going to clear all of that away, and then we're going to turn up that dimmer switch and really brighten up that energy, making it bigger and stronger and brighter so that you can assert yourself in your own life. There we go.
Okay. And there you have it.
Hmm.
All righty. Well, last but not least is Libra. Libra, it is the Love Begins card again for you.
Oh.
This is like the third or fourth in this month that have had a card such as this that really indicated really good things as far as relationships and friendships are
Hmm.
concerned. And I feel like you are no different, Libra. I feel like a couple of things. I feel like you may have a kind of a new friend group emerging or a gathering of people that feels really uh, nurturing to you. And I feel like this is an exciting thing for you to really kind of check out this month. Also, for you, Libra, along with some of the other signs, there's a real call here for you to seek out experiences. Seek out experiences, seek out new people, or not even new people, maybe, but just people you haven't seen in a while, right? But seek out experiences. Take yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and get out there. I feel like we're kind of I mean, we're post COVID for a while now, but we still are figuring out how to get our fannies back out of the house. We've been in for
So
so
true.
long, and we can be out and have been able to be out for a long time, but I feel like a lot of people just they just fell out of step of doing things that they enjoyed and haven't ever really gotten back into that step. People are feeling lonely and bored and restless. Libra, you are not alone, or you're not any different. You are too. So again, get out of the house, find some things to do, find your people, and
Hmm.
find some experiences this month. You need it.
Hmm. So for Libras, we're going to do a heart chakra expansion. I feel like a lot of Libras really keep their hearts locked down. It's a protection instinct, and it holds other people at bay emotionally. Sort of keeps people at arm's length a little bit, and does make developing new relationships harder. So we're going to reach out to all our Libras in the heart. We're going to open up that heart. It's like it reminds me of like in the spring when you open up all your doors and windows to air out the house, you know? I feel like a lot of our Libra hearts need that. Everything's been locked up tight for a long time, and we need to air it out, clear out all the dust bunnies, open it up so that there is actually room for someone else in there with you. Whether, regardless of what kind of relationship it is, there does have to be space in your heart for that person's energy to enter. So I'm just opening up the Libra hearts here. It's sort of like opening up the front door, and yeah, I'm sweeping out the dust. I'm just going to do that here for a minute and think about that when you are seeking out new relationships and friendships. Do you have your heart locked down? Have you closed the doors and windows for a really long time and not really let anybody inside? And it's a good metaphor to think about opening up the door and actually inviting people in.
Mhm.
And there we go.
All righty. You got through the last couple here without the cats having a boxing match. So
I
hey.
know they're licking their wounds. I think I don't know. So
They're
naughty.
getting an energy power up so they can go back at it.
Probably because as soon as the show is over, it's time for me to feed them. So
Oh.
now they're going to start giving me the stare down until,
Mhm.
you know, because we're already 1 minute past dinner time.
Oh, good Lord. How could you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-mm.
Please, everyone, join in silent prayer on their behalf that they have missed dinner by, oh, now 2 minutes. Oh, no. Yeah,
I hope they'll be okay. They will
I'm
someday,
sure they will, but,
somehow, some way. Yeah. Well,
all
that's
right.
it.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for being here and joining with us. Of course, we'll be back next week with all our usual stuff.
Mhm.
And we appreciate you all very much. And just a reminder that if you would like a private session with me, you can do that by going to eclectichealer.com. And there's just a place there to click to schedule.
Yeah.
If you want a session with Katie, you go to one2listen.com and you can click right there
Mhm.
to call her or schedule a time as well, because we do
Absolutely.
do this work professionally and would be
Mhm.
happy to assist you with anything that you've heard today that resonated with you. Hit us up. We're happy to help.
Absolutely. Always.
Well, we love you. Have a great night. You know it. This has been another production of the Psychic Sisters.
Take care, guys.